Now next, from the spiritual instruction, how many instructions we have? Impermanence for the antidote, for the remedy of attachment of this life. And then, what else? Suffering of samsara, for the attachment of, suffering of samsara, reflecting is a remedy to the attachment of the samsara. And then, attachment, the antidote for the attachment of individual liberation, study and practice of loving kindness and compassion. So now third one, antidote to attachment to the pleasure of peace. This peace is I mentioned nirvana, not just regular peace, not just our samsaric peace. So partial arahat peace, Sharavaka's, Partik Buddha's peace. That. Chapter 7, loving kindness and compassion. The teachings on the practice of loving kindness and compassion are the remedies to being attached to the pleasure of peace. What does attach to the pleasure of peace means? There's a question to ask. It's the desire to achieve nirvana, only for oneself, without an altruistic mind for sentient beings. No. Not interest for other sentient beings' benefit. This means, does it have no interest to reborn again and again to help other sentient beings? That doesn't mean in that life not benefit other sentient beings. Many great arahats, they benefit so much in their life. But once they die, then they say, go to nirvana. No? And because of it, one does not benefit others. This is called the lesser vehicles, the Hinayana. Thus, it is said, to achieve one's own benefit, one sacrifices the benefit of many others. So I'm not interested doing anything for others. The more one attend to self-interest in this way, it becomes supremely beneficial for oneself. So one organizes oneself to free from samsara. Look at the suffering of samsara. No attachment, no concentration for others, just concentrate on oneself. And then the arahat state can achieve in one lifetime or in 3 lifetimes possible, But if one develops loving kindness, this loving kindness is altruistic love and compassion. Then one is attached to sentient beings and dares not attain liberation only for oneself. Therefore, one should practice loving kindness and compassion. Manjushri Kirti said, the Maya means great vehicle. The great vehicle followers should not separate their mind from loving kindness and compassion for even a moment. See, those who belong to great vehicle should not be selfish for oneself. Always consider, think, meditate, contemplate loving kindness and compassion for others. Get used to it. Every day, every moment. When you get up in the morning, just think for all others. That's why we say the prayers. We say, oh, Mother Sentient Beings, bounce the sky, have happiness and causes of happiness. May they free from suffering and causes of suffering. Say this prayer. In the morning you get up. When you go to bed, say this prayer. And all the good qualities will come from that. No doubt. A source of peace, source of courage. And once others' benefit is preserved by love and compassion, not by hatred, you see. You cannot benefit others with hatred, with resentment. So you can only help others with love and compassion. It's how beautiful, see. As I mentioned, this book is so beautiful. Like big, so hundreds of pages explains just in a few words, few sentences. That's the beauty of this book. So this in general now, introduction to the love and compassion. Now specifically how to practice love, loving kindness here now. Loving kindness, first, the practice of loving kindness. The summary, say, classification, object, and identifying characteristics, method of practice, measurement of the practice, and the qualities of the practice. Thus, these 6 completely comprise the study and practice of immeasurable loving kindness. So within this 6th chapter, or 6th topic, will describe the complete practice of loving kindness. See how beautifully done. See, first, a classification. There are 3 categories. Loving kindness with the sentient beings as its object. First, look at the suffering of the sentient beings. You develop love and compassion. Or here, especially in loving kindness, how much sentient beings desire for peace and happiness. How much they enjoy when they have peace and happiness. Look at that and develop loving kindness. First. Now, the second one, loving kindness with the phenomena as its object. And then look at the cause of the loving kindness. What's the cause of the loving kindness? All the virtuous actions. So you desire, wish all sentient beings have the practice of 10 virtues. Because everything functions within the framework of causality. Just meditate on that, see. So, while I'm going through this, we also reflect in our own mind. Say, just practice with this, bring in the mind. Not just result peace and happiness, but look at the cause of the peace and happiness. So wish everyone has the practice of 10 virtues, which are the cause of peace and happiness. Then, the third, non-objectified loving kindness means everything is nature of illusion, emptiness. In reality, so meditate on that. And that's the ultimate achievement of the peace and happiness. So look at when your mind is completely empty, then there's great peace, happiness. So that peace and happiness, the flavor of the emptiness. When our mind is full of conceptual thoughts, there's no place for peace and happiness. So wish this, everyone has this practice, realization. It's the 3 types of loving kindness. Aksayamati requested sutra says, loving kindness with a sentient being is the object. Its object is practiced by bodhisattva who just developed the bodhicitta, the first level of bodhisattva. No, loving kindness with the phenomena is practiced by those bodhisattvas who are engaged in the contact of the path, like the first part, second part, like the part of accumulation, part of the application, like those. Non-objectified loving kindness is practiced by bodhisattvas who achieve confidence in the unborn dharma, means who realize the emptiness, like the first bhumi, above the first bhumi. So the non-objectified means like say non-referential or non-objectified. Just there's no any substantial objects to project. Nature of the emptiness. The following is the explanation of the first type of loving kindness. So first we study the first loving kindness for the beginner. No. So now that's the classification. Now, if you ask what's the object of the loving kindness, say all sentient beings are its object. Because of the sentient beings, we can develop loving kindness. If there's no sentient beings, we cannot develop loving kindness. We cannot develop loving kindness to a piece of rock, piece of stick. Because of all sentient beings there who desire for peace and happiness, we develop loving kindness. Identifying characteristic, what means loving kindness? Can you identify? Give me what is loving kindness. Say, a mind that wants all sentient beings to meet with happiness. See? I desire all sentient beings have happiness, including the enemies who hates me. No, look at those. Those who hate me, they also desire for happiness. So I cultivate this mind. Meditate. So we all just meditate that, you see. I'm sure there's some people maybe don't like you, who don't like you, who hate you. So look at those. All sentient beings, including those, just in your mind, meditate. Man, they have happiness. And it discards all your resentment, brings the total peace there. That's for this purpose, practice. So when we are going through this, put into practice, So now we finished 3, classification, object, identification. Now the 4th, method of practice. Now how to practice this loving kindness. See, how important. See. Now I understood the object. I understood the identifying. What's the identification of loving kindness? Now tell me how to practice this. It's a method, see. This practice depends on the memory of the kindness of sentient beings. See, first you have to reflect the kindness of the sentient beings. How much you got benefit from them. So that you can repay, see. If there's no any basis, no conditions, there's no way to cultivate love and compassion. So first we have to reflect the kindness, the benefit, how much that we got. First reflect on that. See, no? So to this practice, now, in this life, now in this our own life, your mother has been the most kind. This is average. So not saying everybody, but average. Not only human beings, but also animals, insects, birds. Look at all the offsprings are taken care by the mother. Even she may be very incapable, but she tries her best. She cherishes her offspring more than herself. So first look at this. If you have difficulties with your mother, then you look at other. Maybe you got such kindness from your uncle, aunt, brother, sister, or any friends, look at that. So you can substitute the mother. But here is just average, Because I heard that somebody, they complain so much, they say, my mother was terrible, it made me miserable, or my father was miserable, And actually I met one man, he's so strong. He said he's in the early 50s. Very good body, strong. And he said he got such a bad time with his father. Said, because when he was young, the father forced him to sleep in the bed. But now he has resentment. He never sleeps on the bed, he said. So I said, you have a good body, When you were a child, the father give you food, I said. He said, yes. He sent you to school. He said, yes, he did. I said, maybe your father is not best educated. Maybe he doesn't know how to care. But he did his best. He gave you food. He gave you clothes. He sent you to school, I said, consider that. So we are not looking what they did for us. We are looking because we haven't got what we want to. Selfish, our own selfish. We have not fulfilled our own selfish wish. So they say mother is most kind. They say, now how many types of kindness does a mother provide? See, there are four. See, there are basic four. The kindness of giving your body, the kindness of undergoing hardship for you, the kindness of giving you life, and the kindness of showing you the world. So therefore, reflect on this now. So good, you see. The 8,000 stanza Profession of Wisdom says, why is it so? Why so mother is so kind? The mother has given us this body. The mother went through hardship. The mother gave us our life. And the mother has shown us the whole world. Now then, I think the first thing, the kindness of giving you a body. What means that? First one, that first, our bodies are not fully mature, nor are our pleasant complexion. We started in the mother's womb just an oval shape, a spot, oblong, limb, that is during the conception and birth time. You see, this all explained there. And from there, we developed through the essence of the mother's blood and flesh in the mother's womb. We've grown up all step by step through 9 months. We grew through the vital essence of her food, while she endures embarrassment, pain, and suffering when mother is conceived a child. How much inconvenience she has. She go through. Uncomfortable on the bed, uncomfortable walking, with people. So she, without throwing, said, "This is my child. Baby, I have conceived. I should take care." After we are born, from a small womb until we were fully grown up, like small womb knows nothing, and she protect the body. Day after day. She developed our bodies through that. So that's how first we got the body. Then next, the second, the kindness of undergoing hardship for you means that at first we were not wearing any clothes with all their ornamentations, did not possess any wealth, and did not bring any provision when we are born. Nothing, We just came with a mouth and stomach. That's it. On stomach, empty-handed, without any material things, nothing else. When we came to this place, this world, where we knew no one, we know nobody. That time, she gave food when we were hungry. She gave drink when we were thirsty. She gave clothes when we were cold. She gave wealth when we had nothing. Look at this, each individual, And also, she did not just give us things she did not need, that food, clothes, wealth. She didn't give us because she didn't need. But she gave us with all that, with hardships. So rather, she has given us what she did not dare use for herself. She dare not use for herself. It's like here, things she did not dare to eat, some delicious food, she kept for the child. So my son or daughter is coming, so I give this to her. Some nice drink she kept for the child. Or clothes, some nice clothes, beautiful clothes, she dare not use to herself, gave to the child. Things she did not dare employ for the happiness of this life. Otherwise, she can enjoy for her life. But she didn't use that for her enjoyment. She shared to the child. This life. Things she did not dare use for her next life. Well, this means who are practicing Dharma, she can give to great teachers, monks, Say, no, I cannot give to this lamas, monks. I have to use for my child. In brief, without looking for happiness in this life or next. She nurtured her child. She sacrificed all this life and next life for the child. That does, you see. So look at this kindness. Just meditate, to your mother or to your father or to your friends, whosoever most close to you, reflect that kindness you receive. Just meditate. See? She did not obtain these things easily or with pleasure. The food, clothes, drink, place to live. She didn't get very easily. No. She collected them by creating various negative karmas. Work hard, so by sufferings and hardship. And she gave them all to the child. Because the child is more than her own heart. For example, creating negative karma, she fed the child through various non-virtuous actions like fishing, butchering. Just some example. She made money from this and fed the child. This created a lot of negative karma. Also, like bird, you see, bird when there's chicken is in the nest, how much the bird collecting insects and feed their chicken or their chick, And she accumulated wealth by working at a business or farm. Like farmer, look at see. Day and night you have to look at the farm or business. How much she can make some profit to feed her child. And so forth. Wearing frost for shoes. Outside is frozen. She walks on the frost, like in the farmland. She walks on that. Wearing star as a head. She walks at night, day and night. As head, riding on the horse of her leg. Means she's running back and forth. Her legs, her hem, hake, whip, the cloth. Now we are wearing pants, isn't it? Before, let's say skirts we wear, so this becomes like a whip to the leg. Giving her legs to the dogs and her face to the people when she goes to an unknown place, like baking or any business. The stray dogs comes and bite her. Or she has seen face to people means when she's baking, people scold you, humiliate you. And then she has to practice all this patience to feed her child. There's so many different, you see. She sacrificed her whole life for the child. Look at this, Just bring deep down in the heart. Furthermore, she loved the unknown one, the child. She doesn't know. The day, the first day, then she said, "This is my child." Accepted. That unknown one, much more than her father, mother, teacher, who were very kind to her. She took care of the child more than her father, mother, her teacher. See, kind her. She watched the child with eyes of love, so seeing how this my child will be so happy, and kept it warm in a soft cloth. When the child is so young, the most soft cloth she buys, and she raised the child. She dandled the child in her 10 fingers and lifted up in the sky, just with the 2 hands. Look at the sky, lift in the sky. She called it in a loving, pleasant voice, saying, "Joyful one, you who delight mommy, you makes me happy." Lulu, this is some expression, and you happy one, and so forth. Like that. So bring these things in your heart. You don't remember when you are 1 year old, 2 years old. And you can see other people that do. Look at this. So now the third one, the kindness of giving you life. What that means that at first we were not capable of eating with our mouth and hand. Means we are not capable. No, we cannot bring food by our hand to the mouth. Nor were we capable of enduring all the different hardship. Very fragile. Very easy to hurt. Easy to get sick. So fragile. See? We were like feeble insect without strength. We were just silly and know nothing, and could not think anything. Again, without rejection, mother did not reject it. So throw away. This is just nothing. Feeble, cannot think anything. She didn't throw in the trash. No. The mother served us, so then she served. Put us on her lap, protect us from fire and water, helped us away from precipice. Look at this, meditate. Dispel all harmful things and performs rituals. That time there were not so much medicine, so a lot of the rituals are done to free from sickness, like this. Out of fear for our death or fear for our health. So nowadays she takes to the medicine. The clinic, hospital, asking doctor. And she pays so much for the doctor. And all this. That time they asked definition. So please, can you do some definition to my child if there's any danger? What kind of ritual I can do to save this life, not to get sick, so forth. Definition, and consulted astrologers. So through many ritual ceremonies and many other different things, inconceivable ways, she protected the life of her child. See, it's not just 1 day, 2 days, you see. Day after day, year after year. Even the child is grown up, still she cannot give up the child. reflect on this, no? Just reflect on this kindness. Like say, for example, like tiger, they constantly kill other animals, but how much they take care of their cubs. No? They kill other lives and bring to their cubs and feed. Even those animal realm. In the human realm, you see, look at this. Now the kindness of showing you the world, the fourth one, world, see, means that at first we did not come here knowing various things. The day when we came out, so we were not so smart. You know, was not so intelligent, learned. No? Various things, seeing broadly, seeing world, you know, and being talented. So I'm a technician, or this, you know, scientist, you know, like so forth, you know. And I know the computer. No, it didn't come that way. We only, what we know is we only know how to cry. You know, we would only cry and move our legs and hands. That's it. When we're hungry, we cry. When we're thirsty, we cry. When we're cold, we cry. You know, when we feel hot, we cry. That's it. No, that's the only conversation we know. How to talk. Then mother took care. Oh, my child's crying. What he needs, what she needs. You know, some food, some drink, or cold, hot, whatever. You know. Hence, other than that, we know nothing. The mother taught us how to eat when we did not know how. She taught us how to wear clothes when we did not know how. She taught us how to walk when we did not know how. She taught us how to talk when we did not know how to say mama or hi, so forth. She taught us various skills. That means not only her. Then after we grown up, then she sent us to school, to kindergarten, expecting that my child will be smart. Sent to kindergarten, then elementary school, high school, college. Sometimes she borrow money for the child, so that my child will have a good career, a better human being, talented one, with that kind of. Or it's like when there's a monastery, she sends her child to the monastery, so that he can study, practice Dharma, will benefit many sentient beings. No? Something special. Like protecting her own eyes. No? See, various skills, creative arts, and so forth. She tried to make us equal when we were not equal. So she asked some special teacher so that her child can learn and become a better, equal to others. If not more smarter, at least just equal to others. You know? And try to make the uneven even for us, so that we can live in the world in a better life. That kind of she went through, see. So look at this. That's it. If you want to have a short break, maybe 15 minutes, okay, we will continue. So don't forget this, don't leave you on the cushion. Carry it.
Maybe tomorrow.
Oh, thank you so much. You are so conscious. Yeah, lot of concentration. Thank you. This life's matter. Now, first look at this. Now, in this life, how much we have received. As he describes, some they are very poor, but she put her whole energy to save the child. So like that, look, see. So not just only one's own mother, but look at all others who, as I mentioned, like even animals, even small bugs, birds, how they handle, how they take care the offspring. Look at this, reflect. Then feel something. Now with this, see here, not only have we had a mother in this lifetime, but from beginningless samsara, she served as a mother countless times. Because we're coming from beginningless time, life after life, life after life. She served. And also all sentient beings have been our mother. Look at this, just reflect. The beginningless Samsara Sutra says, this whole world, if this all were made into pieces, a size of juniper berries by one person. So one person sits there, and whole wall they make a small, like a pill, small pill, and then say, person, and another were to count them, and the two person, one person is making this pill, and the other person is counting. Suppose, it is possible to exhaust the whole world. It's possible then, but you can imagine how it is possible, but still it's possible. But one cannot count the number of times one sentient being has been our mother. Because from beginningless time, just imagine this, look at this. It's inconceivable. So just open our heart, like nature of space. Endless east, endless west, south, north. Like this, Open the heart like that. And also the letter to a friend, Nagarjuna, using pieces the size of juniper berries, the earth is insufficient to count for the limit of one's material lineage. What's that? One mother's lineage or material lineage?
Maternal.
Maternal lineage. In which one's mother's lineage. So earth is insufficient, not enough. Just to compare that, that much small pill made earth from that much, and earth has not enough sufficient to compare one sentient beings have been our mother. each time we had mothers, no? Human beings, as mentioned, animals, so forth. She performed the same kind of kindness as before, whatever she could. No. Therefore, a mother's kindness is limitless. So, as sincerely as possible, meditate to develop loving in your heart. This is called altruistic loving. Meditate, contemplate, no? And desire for her benefit and happiness. So now meditate. This all being desire for peace and happiness. Then you meditate how they can have all the happiness, peace. Not only that, but all sentient beings have been our mothers, and all mothers have been performed the same kind deeds. So what's the limit of the sentient beings? Now, limit to sentient beings. As space is limitless, so sentient beings prevails. The aspiration prayer for proper contact sutra says, limitless as the infinity of space, such are the number of the sentient beings. Now we develop that mind. Oh. So how skillful this practice is. First you start this life's mother and reflect. And then that thought to just prevail to all others. And then just meditate. Mm-hmm. Therefore, one should practice developing a pure desire. See, pure desire means altruistic desire for all sentient beings, limitless as space, to have happiness and benefit. When one arouses this kind of mind, it is called genuine loving kindness. Not just love you are emotional. No. Not love because of your attachment. But here's genuine altruistic love. This is just, then tears can come through. You feel your body. Meditate, contemplate. One draws the kind of, happiness and, beings, limited space, happiness and benefit. When one arouses this kind of mind, it is called genuine loving kindness. The Ornament of Mind Sutra says, from the marrow of your or their bones, Bodhisattvas view every sentient being as their own child. In this way, the Bodhisattva constantly have the desire to benefit others. From the marrow of your bone, from the heart, feel this. Every sentient being is like your own, like mother's child. This is how it becomes the source of peace, happiness, not through the law, not through the writing on the piece of paper, but through your practice, understanding. You understand this reality nature. When When through the power of loving kindness, see, then tears come from the eyes. The tears can come. And the hairs of the body stand up. That's called great loving kindness. That is real loving kindness, great loving kindness. If one directs this kind of mind toward all sentient beings equally, it is called immeasurable loving kindness. Now you see, immeasurable loving kindness. Now you understood, see, what it means. Directly when your mind pervades to all sentient beings. There's no distinction. This is a better human being or this is not better human. This, I like this more, I don't like this more, like this. Just share this, your feeling to all sentient beings equally. The reason because they desire peace and happiness, no matter who they are. Even those who are very destructive, they also desire peace and happiness. On that reason, because of that reason, practice this. That doesn't mean they should not change their mind. We try to change their mind. So this is not the right way to do. This will not bring peace and happiness. But in our own mind, this kind of altruistic thought develop. So we just meditate on this. This will change our life. This will bring real peace and happiness. So on the basis of this wisdom, how much you can get benefit. This transcends our attachment. Purifies our attachment. See? It's an immeasurable loving kindness. Now, so up to this, the method to practice loving kindness. You see, now it's just right amount of things described here. The measure of practice, when one does not desire happiness for oneself, but only for other sentient beings. That's the perfection of the practice of loving kindness. Now, no longer so you wish happiness for your own, but instead for others. Because you know how much you got benefit from others. How dear you can get rid of them. Logically, practically, by any means. So I have no other choice except follow this. So that's the measuring, how you measure the practice of loving kindness. Now, quality of the practice. Now, how much you can benefit from this practice, you see. If you say, by practicing this kind of limitless, immeasurable loving kindness, then maybe I develop that thought to others, but how much I get benefit? No. If I don't get benefit, why should I practice this? So for that answer here, one obtains limitless qualities by practicing loving kindness. Oneself get all the benefits. See, the Moon Lamp Sutra says, limitless offering of various objects, filling millions of fields, millions of fields, millions of worlds, or say galaxies, planets, And then that offer to the supreme beings like Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, you make offering. How much merit you accumulate? Limitless, isn't it? But said, that cannot equal the practice of loving kindness. See? Cannot equal. Because all the Buddha's, first of all the Buddha's mind is to the sentient beings' benefit. One, that. Second, sentient beings are limitless. Because sentient beings are limitless, when we cultivate the altruistic loving kindness to every sentient beings, is, as earlier mentioned, is immeasurable practice. That's why it's limitless. All the sentient beings hold in your own heart. Not only human beings, even animals, insects, all this. You cherish them. You cherish their peace and happiness. Okay, then one. Even practicing loving kindness for one moment will bring limitless merit. The precious jewel Garland says, Nagarjuna, food cooked in 300 pots for 300 people. One pot each, small cell, on a small pot. There contents like rice, vegetables, all things they cook. And 300 pot, and then give to 300 people each, say, pots, and giving to people 3 times a day. In the morning, breakfast, lunch, dinner. So how much you collect, accumulate merit. So much, and people will praise such individual. Now, this in giving this much, he or she is marvelous people. So now, a day, that merit cannot be matched by the practice of loving kindness for one moment. So we may not have a wealth to feed all those people, but we have every opportunity to practice this. So look at this. So meditate on this. One will receive the 8th benefit of this practice of loving kindness until one achieves enlightenment. The precious jewel Garland against Nagarjuna says, one will be loved by gods, 1, and human beings, 2, and will also protect by them. One will achieve mental peace and many happiness. One will not be harmed by poisons and weapons. This means like, for example, weapons. When Buddha was achieving enlightenment, in the Buddha's life, they say when the Maras, millions of Maras came to interrupt Buddha's enlightenment. And that moment, and they throw weapons, mountains, all this. But Buddha meditated on the loving kindness, one-pointed, without wavering. And all these weapons, mountains, turn into flower. See? So look at this. And when you read Milarepa's life story, there are so many accounts like that. Not the famous one, when he was total in the nature of the loving kindness. The deer was chased by the hunting dog. And then the hunting dog, they came there and they both transformed. And they are not hating each other. have no fear each other. Because the power of the love. So if you sometimes say to get rid of demons, this is you meditate wrathful deities and saying very wrathful mantras, get rid of those things, It's, I think if you're not careful, it's hatred and attachment. You hate these demons, spirits. You attach to yourself, your relatives. Instead, you practice this. Both demons, everything, just meditate there. And it transforms. Maybe those who are new, maybe don't know so much. There are some who are older, maybe 10, 20 years in the Buddhist. I'm sure you know. In my house, there's some entities are coming, so I need some wrathful beings to get rid of them, Instead, practice this loving kindness. Such a strong loving kindness to those evil deeds, individuals, entities. And they will feel your peace. And this is much more effective than anything else and without side effects. Sometimes we don't know practice, there's a lot of side effects, This has no side effects whatsoever, Everybody appreciates this. Some wrathful deity practice you do, learn a lot of mantras you practice, then you bring all the entities, your enemies and all the spirits you bring here, and then you, throw rice or something, get rid of them, So I liberated them, I hope, How much power you have to liberate, But this is the best thing, you see. These are the more powerful than wrathful deities. No? Because when you say, as I mentioned, the gods, humans, everyone feel your love and compassion. It's called contagious enlightenment. Contagious enlightenment, This is how you see. It gives you enlightenment. It gives others enlightenment. The power of that. You have no fear, you see. No matter wrathful deities or wrathful entities, a spirit, demon comes, you have no fear. Because your loving kindness is dominated whole dimension. Often they say, even if you're here, will achieve his wishes without effort, and will be reborn in the Brahma world, means the form world, the first samadhi state. Even one who is not liberated from samsara, means even not free from samsara, even you can get these 8 qualities. Obtain these 8 qualities of loving kindness. So that much you get the benefit. To protect oneself, the practice of loving kindness is the best, as in the story of Brahmin Mahadatta. The story is related in the book, so you can read that. To protect others, the practice of loving kindness is also good, as in the story of King Bala Maitreya. Now, who in that king, when he asked to practice loving kindness to whole his country, he ordered, so everybody should practice loving kindness. And the 5 evil beings came from other place to send some diseases, and no one was affected, any disease, sickness. They said, why? So because the loving kindness they're practicing. And they went to the king. So we are hungry, we haven't got food, and we eat flesh. So if you are practicing loving kindness, you don't have loving kindness to me, to us. The king said, oh, yes. And he thought what to feed them. And there's nothing to feed. And he said, take my flesh. Because to feed them, to kill other animals, not right, They're also sentient beings. So he said, take my flesh. Then they were so moved, his practice. Not just talk, but he was walk with talk. So then he said, this time, through your practice, you save our life. Now we will do whatever you say. And said, keep the 5 precepts. And then the king dedicated through this practice, no doubt one day I will achieve enlightenment. And that time, may I give you wisdom. For this time, I give my flesh. So, our historical Buddha, when he achieved enlightenment, he gave the teaching to the 5 monks. So those are the 5 evil beings, gave the first teaching to those. So that's practice of loving kindness to protect others, you see.